Right, hi everyone. Sorry it's been a while. I've been pretty rough, pretty ill. But I've been thinking recently to do with the games that started me off with wargaming and role playing, and what really started me off with the real passion I got for gaming in general. And they're three games, which I played in 1984. The first one was Car Wars. Absolutely amazed by the game. Okay, it's little cardboard cutouts and of cars and things like that. Quite small, quite fiddly, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And because there's an adult that took me through it as well, I was quite amazed. I've never actually played anything like it before. I was ever so young. I was 10 at the time, almost 11, and just to play Car Wars was just amazing. And yeah, I mean that was one of the first games that I ever played was definitely the Car Wars. And you could probably say technically it's the first war game that I played. So if it weren't for that game, Steve Jackson's Car Wars, maybe things would have been very different. From maybe I never got into wargaming as much as I have done, or at all. The second game that I came across and discovered through the same individual was Fighting Fantasy, and it started off with City of Thieves, which was just an amazing book. And somebody read it to me, and from there I bought my first Fighting Fantasy book, and it was City of Thieves, and I thoroughly enjoyed that book. Actually, it only took me till recently to actually play that game fully and properly, and beat it, but it was on the online version, the app, um, on the computer, that I played it and beat it. But as I've said before previously, Fighting Fantasy I have been playing since 1984, and I'm still collecting the game books even today. So that was the second one, second game that really gave me the passion. It was the Fighting Fantasy books. And actually, it's just another thing. Actually, just meeting Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson just was an amazing experience in itself. People that are heroes of mine that I got to meet, and Jonathan Green as well. Yeah, yeah, I've gone with Jonathan Green. I Every time I get to Games Expo, we briefly talk and that, and it's just great to see him every year. So yeah, Fighting Fantasy, definitely the second of the games that gave me the passion. And if I can just show you some of them, actually, not all of them there, but if I just turn this one around, you can see quite a few of the game books there. So yeah, and I got a lot more than that, and I got my hand in the way. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the that's my second game. The second game set of games that gave me this passion, and the third, last but not least, and that is just sorry, it's like sorry about that. Last but not least, is Dungeons and Dragons, and I don't remember very much. I remember the him saying about writing at least a half a page worth of introduction when you write an adventure. But you only need 2 or 3 pages. I remember that. Also remember the goblin goblins actually taking our donkey. So it went on a trapdoor and it got taken. I remember also a barbarian going into a rage and something calming him down. I think I might have been a rogue. I can't remember. It's so long ago, but I was just absolutely amazed and astounded by this game because it's a storytelling game, and you work together to through the story itself and through the objectives to defeat the monsters, and you can just all sorts with it. And obviously, through the years, that branched off from the role playing from D&D to the other RPGs, Call of Cthulhu, and just all sorts of amazing RPGs, which actually, if I turn that around and see a fair few of them there, I got round to playing. And through these games, I ended up becoming a war gamer, especially through Games Workshop and Blood Bowl, Atmicus, Mechanicus. I don't think I pronounced that right. I do apologise. That was the first game I believe I had. Dark Future and the one other Blood Bowl as well. I had the original Blood Bowl that ended up getting lost, and the original pitch getting lost, which was such a shame because I would have loved to have had the original that edition again. And they've actually are going to release a new edition of the game, which is great, and great models. But all those games helped, a great deal, especially when I was in my teens and in my 20s and that. And for all these Games Workshop games, fighting, not fighting, sorry. So Warhammer Fantasy Battle was the one that I got into. I couldn't go for one of the two, you see, especially back then. Very limited money in that, so Warhammer Fantasy Battle it was, and I've collected off and on throughout the decades, and it's been 30 years since I started with the war game side of things with Games Workshop and stuff like that. Role playing wise, because there was a gap from when I left boarding school. It was 6 years, 6 year gap. 1991, the Black Dungeons and Dragons box set, which was absolutely. If I ever see that box set again, or even the other expansion sets, I see them in any secondhand shop or anywhere at reasonable price, I will snap those up because they had some really nice dungeon maps and the card things with the NPCs and the monsters and all sorts, and it was a really great introduction to the hobby. So I started GMing learned very early stages GMing through that. So that was great. And it just went from there, and it's just been an enjoyable. So all the hobbies I've had has been, just such a overall more of a really great experience rather than a poor negative. Obviously, everyone gets the odd unpleasant person you meet or the unpleasant experience, but they were few and far between. Few people with the wargaming side of things can be a little bit clicky at times. I felt, and I had anxiety anyway. I've still got it, but overall, it's been great. It's been fantastic, and because of these hobbies, I've been able to end up setting up Concord Gaming Convention. Actually, the birth date for that, when I decided to do it, is May the 29th, 2013. And it took me 2 years before I was able to get it off the ground. It was amateurish, I know. I had a zero budget on Uniform I told for those 2 years. I did have a little bit of help. Gary with the securing the place, and he helped a fair bit, and Jess as well. And yeah, I did get burnt out with that, but I'm really glad that I got off the ground, and it's still running today, and it's got a new home, and I believe it's going to be a permanent home, and it's looking really professional now. I couldn't personally get to that point, so I had to just get to the point where I got it off the ground enough for people to take over, and I could just sit back. So I'm glad that I'm not, even though I'm glad I did it, I'm just glad I'm not really running things or anything like that. But that went naturally from that to opening Quickfire Games Club. I'm secretary to that. That's that club. That's been running for 2 years. And I really enjoy that. We're starting slowly building up the members. There'll be no Games Workshop players so far. They're more World War II type games. So we've been playing that, and it's actually 6 mil World War II it went to. We started off with 10 mil, 15 mil, something like that, and now it's at 6 mil. I think they play. I can't remember the quick fire game rules that the co-founder has come up with. So yeah, he's been playing, testing those rules, and making the necessary changes. So yeah, that's still going, and I'm really pleased with that. It is a shame there's no, even though I got Games Workshop stuff, no Games Workshop games have been played there yet, but hopefully at some point it will do, especially when we reopen our doors. It's a shame about the how things have turned out this year. I won't say more about that. But yeah. So all that, and is because of all what happened way back then, and things have built up over time. Nowadays, I've branched out with all sorts of RPGs, as you can see there. I'm looking forward to running Pendragon one day. I've got a XCOM style game, First Contact, X Corps. I'm hoping to run. Judge Dredd's another role playing game I'm hoping to run. And there's the war game version of that. I've gone more to towards historical gaming, like Saga and Bolt Action, to name two. Gaslands I'm hoping to get to be run played someday, and you can see some of the games here that I've been getting into. So it's just been a great experience, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next few years, and more gaming and stuff. Just for I go as well. Actually, some point I'm hoping to end up writing my own war game. I want to do a B movie type war game. I've actually already worked out some of the base core rules in my head. I'm gonna start writing that soon. But just get it down on paper, because I'm editing in my head literally. making the changes in my head. And I did do an RPG, card-based RPG, Wild West one that I was working on, but I put that more on the back burner. But I'm gonna get that set at some point. It's just I'm not as good as a writer than some of the other people that I know. Actually, friends of mine are better at writing than I am, and I struggle with it a bit, but I have been improving naturally over time, and hopefully I will be getting better and better. But I've rambled on enough, and I really have been rambling now. But anyway, just before I finish, which games got you into the hobby? To wargaming, role playing, whatever. I know it took all this time to ask this question, but I really wanted to cover all that I've covered. Which games started you off, and how did it branch out for you with these initial early forays into gaming? Thanks for watching. I'm hoping to be putting up a video for some of my miniature stuff. I have started painting the Song of Ice and Fire miniature game, the Free Folk, and I do have the Fallout miniatures still to show off because I haven't showed the rest of the stuff that I painted in that with that. So I will get round to that at some point, and hopefully I'll be able to get some more videos up in the semi-regular basis. Sorry this has been a little bit on the rough side and that, but hopefully you forgive me, and thanks for watching, and thanks for everyone that stuck with me throughout the years, and please just stick with me, and hopefully, at some point there'll be plenty more up and coming stuff, and hopefully one day I may even do a battle report at some point and a few other things I'd like to do. But till now, thanks for watching, and till next time.